We're in a studio.
What do you think about that,
You guys
ladies?
You guys thought it wouldn't happen,
What do you
but
think about that, Mary?
it's fucking happening. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we don't even have the notes. Fuck.
I was going to bring the computer, and I was like, I have nothing to hook it up to.
Yeah.
We're free-balling.
The studio's not done. We are...
Dragging a TV from the other room.
Listen, as with most things that we do, it's premature.
Oh, we didn't even put anything in the notes.
I know about healthcare because I watched 8 minutes of Rogan.
Hit me with it.
Listen, bro. So everyone thinks that Canada's got the good healthcare.
They do it. If you get hurt, you go to Canada.
That is what I hear.
I've watched
China.
I saw that on Chappelle's show, and I took that as
We'll get into
fact. We'll get in. Listen, I'm not going to have a podcast where we don't mention China.
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep going.
The China we love, not the China we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
I wish they did more gong hitting and less people killing, but
They love it.
anywho,
One of their pastimes, actually.
Tell me about
Doing it for
healthcare.
years.
What's going on?
Canada's got it all figured out.
So people reference that Canada has it all figured out. Dude was saying, remember that Peter Attia guy from Rogan?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Of course I know Peter
love
Patia.
Pete.
Anywho,
Some kind of fucking idiot.
he's really knowledgeable about like health and fitness, but like on the forefront. Like he's like the dude that does the fucking clinical studies for things. So like when other people come up and talk about it that are like bro science dudes, he's like the science bro, not bro science, if that makes
No, I
sense.
got you.
So he's on there talking about how there's 3 prongs to healthcare. And if you got like 100 percentage points, you put some into one, the other one's going to go down. Like you can't have all 3 maxed out like a video game character or whatever. So he's saying that the 1 is like the quality, 2 is the access, and then 3 is the I think the how much it cost you. So Canada is killing it in access and cost. Doesn't cost you anything, and everyone has it. They have like all their points in those, but then their quality, I guess,
is shit.
and that's why ours is so expensive, is because we're paying for first dibs to get the best stuff. So I guess a lot of people here reference Canada as like, oh, they have it the best, but then Canadians come down, they're
Universal healthcare. Do they call that right?
is what they have, yeah. But I guess like the dude who's on Rogan was talking about, I think like his mother-in-law or someone who's got like veterinarian medicine. She's in some place in Canada that's like not rural. It's like a normal place, you know. And you would think that they would just have access to like normal medicine if everyone's going around bragging about Canada. But apparently they get like, and obviously they're not like third world level, but
Yeah.
they're not getting the top tier stuff either.
Yeah.
So we're
You don't got
dog
Pfizer.
shit in access because it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
The cost is bullshit because, and another thing that's different is those countries, I guess, their government buys those drugs versus us, pharmaceutical companies buy those drugs.
Oh,
so then that's where it immediately goes into then the thing of like, okay, well now we just signed with a doctor that says like, okay, we're going to arbitrarily raise the price from this to this, but we're going to sign with a doctor that anyone who goes to this or insurance company or whatever group of doctors, they'll get like the discount for this.
Yeah.
So even though it should just be like $100, we're going to say it's $1,000. And if you sign up with that insurance, then you can get it for $100, the actual cost. But if you don't, now you just get stuck paying this completely made up fucking price that was only ever there to try to get people to like, it's like a, not marketing, but like,
it's
try
like
to get you to go to one of the, they have their behind the scenes partnership and deals and stuff.
It's a hustle.
But then, because of the access being so bad, some people just don't even have it. So now they're stuck paying out of pocket that full fucking crazy number that isn't based in anything.
Well, even like Christian got a fucking echocardiogram test for a cardiologist. He recommended it. She had to pay $360 just to walk in.
After insurance.
After insurance. Yeah. Before insurance was like fucking $6,000 or
This
something.
dude was saying how he, I think like he's usually in Texas and he was in California and he had to go to the doctor and he got a colonoscopy done. And he's like, I've been getting colonoscopies for like a few years now. So like I'm kind of used to like, and he says,
I'm not tight.
listen, I'm in and out.
I'm loose.
I do it every month if I could. But he's talking about for a while he was getting it done by like this great physician in New York, and he was paying cash for it, so he knew what it cost, basically. He was like, if this is the best dude at it, and I know that this is his fee, this is the money for the machine, like that's how much it costs to do all that shit. So here's how much like the cost is, and I'm paying this, like, okay, got it. Has this one in California done, and it's like $9,000 or something, and then insurance knocks a bunch off, but he's still got to pay money. And he called the doctor and was asking him to like walk him through the bill, and the guy couldn't do it. He's like, it kind of ends up just being different for everyone. And it's like,
What does that mean?
yeah, like what the fuck?
Different for everyone. I thought it's a procedure. Like if I go to the,
It's
like
a,
if I go
it's
to
a good or service that you pay a fee for,
that's fucked up.
but it's not.
It's like hiring a painter. You get one painter, he's gonna charge you one thing. Next one comes in, he's like, man,
And in Canada, their doctors have a salary cap like baseball players do. So the best surgeons and doctors get capped out, so they only work half the year because they make enough money. And then by August, they're like, okay, if I'm
Why
not
would
going
you cap that?
I guess so that they can't take deals and stuff from the pharmaceutical companies or whatever. Like they can't be bought out because it's just like, I guess you make that amount of money.
Oh.
If anything, I was like, well, wouldn't that make it so that like they would want extra money from someone else? That was kind of, but I don't know enough about it to know like how good the law is.
unless
on
when you
that.
file your taxes or something, you just can't.
Yeah, like,
Because it'll show up and they'll be like, well, where are you getting all this extra income from?
and then
You're
at that
capped
point,
out
they'd
at
have to
your
be
salary.
like how college recruiters used to like, they can't give gifts or money to athletes, but they can be like, we just had such a great conversation. I'm buying your family a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not giving you a gift to come to my school. It's not a transaction, but like, I just love that kid so much. We're giving his whole family a vacation at Disney World.
Yeah.
And then, hey, hopefully that gives him the time he needs to make the right
to
decision.
think about it. Yeah, he'll think about it.
So
That's
in
fucked up.
Canada, the accessibility, is that just solely for like the medications and everything they have? Like anyone can still go to the doctor, but like they don't have like fucking flu shots for everybody then?
Right. They don't have like the...
Everyone can get treatment up to a point.
And same thing with like an MRI, how like we take, even though they're gonna hit us over the head money wise for the MRI, we can go get it. Like
They can't get an MRI?
he was saying that there's actually a law against something. I can't remember what it specifically was, but they have a law against like if you don't need the MRI, like you can't just choose to go get one. Like I think it has to be like ordered.
referral or something.
You
Yeah,
can't
I
just
got
be
that.
like, oh, I want to like check myself out and like
Right.
get up to date tests and stuff.
Yeah, if there's not a need for a physical or a doctor says you need an MRI.
Yeah, they were like it has to be like more an emergency type thing. So I don't know if that goes back to like they only have X amount of MRI machines. So
You want to hear something crazy, though?
Hit me.
The life expectancy of Canada is more. By
How
five
much?
5 years.
What is
Now-
the life expectancy?
North America for males 75, females 81. Canada males 80, females 84.
Wait, say that again?
North America, the life expectancy for males is 75 years.
Okay.
For females, it's 81.
What's it?
In Canada, life
you're saying
expectancy.
North America.
Yeah, it's the continent.
Oh, U.S. Oh, it's the same anyway. 75. Canada is 80.
I'm not willing to say that that's due to healthcare because like clearly we're getting after it a little bit more.
We're really hitting it hard here in America.
Imagine like that's your
Greatest country in the world.
Goddamn right.
I'm pretty sure we trade 5 years off the back half for like being number one
For
and, like,
75 fucking
98%.
good years,
Yeah.
bro. I'll take that all day.
Look at this.
75.
There are two
Jesus.
distinct. There are two distinct potential explanations for the gap in life expectancy: difference in access to health care, and the prevalence of poverty. Prevalence of poverty.
Poverty?
Poverty.
Oh, poverty. Okay.
I don't know.
Getting a cur.
I mean, do they not have ghettos and shit in Canada?
They do, but probably just not on the scale that we
It's
do.
like Montreal, like you get some French guy trying to stick you up in a fucking dark alley.
Oh, when I
Some
twiddle my
comedian
mustache.
had a bit about that where it's like they got black people in Canada, but they speak fucking French. So it's like you don't know, like at first you're scared, and then you're like, bro, fuck you, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
You Frenchy fuck.
Yeah, that's how I'm mad. I can't remember who that is. Dude was like, thought I was about to get jumped and be like, I whooped these dudes' ass.
This dude speaks French.
And get knocked
This
out
is
by
home.
some French dude.
I like your watch. That is a nice watch. You watch guy?
Yes.
No.
Not in the way people nowadays say
Big watch guy.
You're classically a watch guy.
Classic watch
I get
guy.
one watch and I've worn it for the past fucking 6 years.
Yeah, I'll retract my statement. He's a guy that enjoys wearing a watch. He's not a watch guy.
I'm not. I don't have like a shelf.
That's your only watch?
I have like one, like a fancy watch that I'm supposed to wear for weddings, but it's not
Rolex.
even like a battery in that.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, it's not a Rolex.
It's not
either.
rechargeable?
No, it's fucking old as shit. It's like my grandpa's watch. It's just fucking.
That's cool.
It's the fancy watch.
I'm gonna get a pocket watch.
Dude, I wanted a pocket watch for the longest time. I'm like, that is so fucking stupid and inconvenient to have on you.
You know who had one?
Who?
You could probably guess, actually.
Jason.
Comic book store. Not Jason.
Or, I'm sorry, the other fuck.
Johnny.
Johnny.
You want to know? Well, before we get into the pocket watch, Jason for weeks now has been texting me that he thinks Johnny has Bell's palsy. Which I was like, what is that? He goes, when your face looks all stroked out. So I was like, and that just happens? He goes, yeah, it just develops in people. So I'm getting the updates on that.
He's
throughout the
putting
week.
this in his head.
I'm sure he's not making it easy on him.
Shit, you got Bell's palsy.
Damn, Johnny, why you making that face? I'm not making a face. Oh shit, he got the Bell's
You
palsy.
got Bell's palsy. I guess that's better than cerebral palsy.
He sends me a screenshot of him and Harvey. He goes, Johnny got Bell's palsy. Harvey goes, really? Yeah. Damn. That's tough. That and being a faggot.
Fucking
The man doesn't miss.
ruthless.
He's on it. Man's got lines.
But yeah, that Johnny usually wears like track pants. So
He's an athlete.
well, he would be quick to remind you that he did run track in high school before getting called a faggot again. But he would, every couple weeks, he would get like this new wave of confidence for a new thing. Like, I'm going to wear this fucking fedora, and then, surprise, surprise, I'll get called a faggot and then not wear it tomorrow, you know. But every so often, he would bring a fucking pocket watch in and, like, hope that it would be cool this time. And every fucking time, be like, Johnny, do not tell me you just pulled a pocket watch out of your fucking pant. He did, Harvey. He did. I seen him.
I seen him do it. I saw him do it. I saw him. That's fucked up.
I don't get it at all. Unless you're like a 90-year-old person.
Would he
you
come in
should not
wearing
have
like
pocket watch?
like a bandana, like a pirate?
He's done bandanas before. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another, like,
What about like that like stomach bandana that pirates use?
when he dresses up like a pirate, he does that. For the Ren Fair, for Pirate Weekend.
That like piece of fabric that goes around your stomach, your midsection.
Like their shirts are too small.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they
Yeah, now
got
that you're mentioning it, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know why they
Johnny
wear it.
knows pirates. Let's hit him up.
We should
What's
bring
up,
him
faggot?
on. We should bring him on the pod. Text him.
No. I don't have Johnny's number. Johnny's been asking for my number for years, and then when he started working in the store again, he said it and was like, "Oh, or I have it in the computer." I'm like, "Yep." He called me the one day to see if I could work free comic book day. I was like, "No." What?
I don't work there.
He's like, "Oh, we're just reaching out to people." I was like, "Why don't you reach out to Jason and have him ask me? Don't fucking call me again."
Yeah. Have him ask me and I'll consider it.
Yeah. I would have too.
Are we going to Comic-Con?
I don't need to. If you want to, I would tag along maybe. I don't know.
When's Comic-Con? Or Comic-Con?
I don't even know anymore. They've changed C2E2's date around so much. I guess it's back to being at the end of April.
Where's it held at this year?
Probably the McCormick place again.
The McCormick
It's
place.
It
a
is.
normal spot, right?
I don't know. I think it's usually where it's at.
That one hasn't.
I'm a
fucked
big
up.
Wizard World guy.
Yeah. I
Oh,
know.
yeah?
That's where I like to go.
Well, you're kind of an old head.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when Wizard World didn't suck?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. When it was cool.
I remember when that was the only Comic Con in Chicago. So we were happy to get. Okay.
I
thank you.
cosplay.
I gender bend.
Yeah, I gender bend cosplays.
Gender bend. That's a fun word, gender bend.
It is a
Gender bend.
fun word.
People do it.
But then people
Hey,
do it.
power
and-
to you, man.
No. Power to you if you do it correctly.
Well, yeah, of course. If your costume looks like shit, I'm gonna make fun of you no matter what gender you are.
Or if I could see your
fucking
cock.
point in it. Yeah.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
super loud.
You can't do anything in here, really. It's really
I get
echoey.
fidgety. I
It's
get
very
fidgety.
echoey
It's a
in this
new
room.
area.
Is it?
Trying to.
It's echoey in here. Once we get the
We'll get those things.
we
on
get the
wall.
stuff for the wall, put a shag carpet on the ground. It'll be fine.
Disco ball.
Disco ball.
I thought about you guys after last week. I went to the weed store.
Which one?
And-
Why would you go to a weed store?
He's crazy.
I'm stupid.
He's crazy.
Stupid.
Spend that rec tax, boy.
Anyway,
You don't even get a discount.
it was right after our conversation about how fucking stupid people are and everything.
Yeah.
And literally, it's just taking it's a little bit of a line, nothing crazy or anything.
fine.
And the guy in front of me literally turns around, huffs at me, and goes, "All this chitter chatter. No one's getting any fucking work done. Can you believe this?"
I'm pissed off.
He probably thought he was getting, like, he was barking up the right tree, and you were going to be like, brother, this is every time I come in here. Like, that usually works for him.
People don't want to work after the pandemic. That's how it is.
God damn, like, bro, they have fucking 8 registers open right now. They're
Yeah.
flying through this fucking line. Like, if you want, go in your goddamn car, hit up your dealer, and go wait in the fucking McDonald's parking lot for an unknown amount of time and hope that he comes.
The dude that just freaked out.
Exactly. An unknown amount of time. Yo, I'll be there in 20 minutes. All right, cool. I'll be here. 45 later.
I actually don't got that today.
Hey, where you at? Oh shit, that's right. I'm sorry, man.
I fell asleep.
That happened, like,
I hated
So
dealing drugs like
often.
that too. Because I would be on time.
yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, man, let's meet at this BP at 10 o'clock. Cool. They're there at 10:30. Like, motherfucker, do you want weed? Because I'm not making much off this.
Yeah.
Like,
Eating up about half hour of my time. Like, now it's extra, bitch.
yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
That should have been the deal. Like, man, it's like 50 cents extra every fucking minute you're late.
I start smoking out of your stash.
Just
every
taking
minute,
one
yeah.
hitters.
I remember that. I'd be waiting for this one dude. He'd be like, yo, let me get a quarter. It's like, all right, man, you gonna fucking be there? Yeah, I'll be there. Waiting. Hey, I'm gonna leave, man. No, I'm pulling in right now. It's like, all right, cool.
Waiting.
The dude that freaked out at work the other day, the customer, in his, like, note when he places orders, is like, call me if you're out of something, so that way I can, like, figure something out. And it's like him thinking he's cool, letting us know, like, I can still buy weed from a guy in the, like, it's the cringiest shit to have, like, a 50-year-old man be like, yeah, I still got my connects. And it's like, you should. I would hope if you've been smoking for your entire
long,
life,
yeah.
like, that's the guy you've been
You
getting
should
from.
still go to your connects. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
For someone who, that's the thing, well, like you were saying, dude complaining, like, it's like, you remember hitting up a guy and hoping he'd get back to you?
Right.
Remember hoping he'd be good that day, hoping he'd meet you on, like,
And hoping you got good weed then, too.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't
what-
some brown swag.
Go through all
even
that
if you
bullshit.
like it, so you're stuck with however, like,
Yeah, until he re-ups again on
Yeah.
like a new thing, or you got to go hit up another dealer or
you
something.
like
I
the
hated
first
that
10
shit.
times and then be like, okay, I'm pretty good on whatever this is,
Yeah.
isn't doing it for
You
me the
pick
way
up
it was.
2
at first.
ounces the same garbage. It's like, yeah, man, I think I'm gonna take a break for a minute now.
yeah. No, or I like the people at work who are like, they either do 2 things. They go, and Michigan's so much cheaper. I'm gonna fucking just buy up there, and it's like, cool, man, do it.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
go
Bring me
drive.
some gummies.
Go drive 2 hours
Hope
to
that
go buy
gas
weed.
cost of gas offsets, yeah.
Yeah, go drive 2 hours.
loss
and,
of hours.
4 hours of driving, an hour in the store. Cool, nice, enjoy yourself.
yeah.
Or the people who are like, man, I'll just call my dealer for these prices. This is fucking bullshit.
Like, yeah, why didn't you call your dealer after looking at our menu on your phone? Like, you drove here without looking at any prices. Like, I don't know who you have to blame.
Or
but
it's like you
yourself for
have an
that.
order, you place the order, you got the total at home.
Right. That's
You know
crazy.
how expensive this is.
What's crazy to me is that people don't place the order. Like, I don't know if
I'm
it's just
always
as like an
perplexed by it.
antisocial person.
That's
like,
where
9
I'm
times out of
saying,
10,
yeah.
like I do that shit, but like especially in a weed store, I don't want to go to a weed store and be like, all right, what do
It's
I want today?
a million
Like, what's
items.
going-
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking a million goddamn.
You can't
items.
research anything if anything's good.
Yeah, no, I can just chill on my couch, fucking Google it.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, this one's good. This one, fucking bullshit. But like, yeah, Fuck, I couldn't imagine doing that kiosk bullshit.
The only reason you'd go into the store is if we were set up like those West Coast states in Colorado where you could like smell shit and see shit. But like,
I hope we never get to that when I work.
I was gonna say, well, as long as we stay working, I hope we get there. But yeah, I hope we're long the fuck gone by then. Christ, yeah.
Because
Let me smell it. I'll fucking punch you in the face.
You'll smell the fucking glass shards.
Because that's how I always saw like weed stores, like in like shows and documentaries and movies and everything. And then like when I go to the weed store here, it's like,
Get in.
don't get me wrong, like I'm happy I got weed, but like shit, this is
Where's
not
the
what
fanfare?
I thought it was gonna be a lot more.
No, I went to one in Vegas, and it was literally you walk in, you give them their ID, they literally keep your ID, and you just stick with the same dude throughout the whole thing, and he walks you through the store,
Yeah,
and he
that's
has
how
like
Seattle was.
yeah, he has like iPads on the wall, he has buds out, and he's like, you want to see this? You want to see this? You want to smell this? And it's like, I just want weed. Like I don't want to smell anything. That looks fine. I'll take a quarter of that, and I'm gonna be on my way, bud. Thank you.
Dude had like a prescription pad that I always remembered being very funny to me. Like he just had a notepad that was very like doctorly, and I was like, I just need like this much sativa
notes,
probably, and he's like, all right, you know, do this, this, and this. I'm like, all right, and he like gives that to me, tells me to go stand in line and give it to the person up front. That dude takes it, starts scooping weed out of jars. So when I started working here, I thought that was gonna be like weighing weed and shit.
That's cool to me.
Yeah.
Again, would be
People
very
think we-
annoying to do from our end, but
Right.
from that
From a
end,
customer.
cool, yeah.
People think we trim it in the back. No, we don't trim shit.
People think we jar the weed up. They're like, this one's short. I'm like, I'm sure it is. Like, okay.
Yeah, it sucks,
Yeah.
man. It's corporate. It sucks. I'm sorry.
And then they hit you with the, what are you guys doing back there? Like, not this, motherfucker.
Nothing, actually.
Yeah.
We have 4 people sitting on their phones in the back. It's fine.
It's crazy. You should try curbside and stop calling up here.
Yeah.
Are you guys ever gonna do away with curbside? You think?
They tried to the other day. There was
an
every
uprising.
curbside gets approved every month from the state. It only ever happened because of COVID. That's the only reason we have curbside.
That's why I'm just fucking shocked you still have it.
The thing was like 2 months ago, they tried to say that like, all right, it's finally going away. I think we had like 2 days where we didn't have it. And then they like, I guess GTI made a petition to then get customers to sign because like both sides were upset about it, but like customers weren't about to like go argue with the state or anything. So I guess they kind of made like a form that someone could just quickly sign and then they could bring to the state and be like, see, like it's not just us wanting it for
People
money.
are
It's
fucked
like
off.
people genuinely want it. I don't know what the point of taking it away would be because if the point of not having it in the first place was like being unsure if it would be safe or whatever, it's like, all right, well, we're 2+ years into it. Safe. Like, works out good. What would the reason to take it away be?
I can't imagine anyone ever. I mean, the people are fucking stupid as hell and will go rob a 7-Eleven with fucking $100 in the register. But I can't imagine someone going into a weed store to rob it. That seems like such a goddamn
get anywhere.
Domite. That's like you can't get through any fucking doors. I feel like you'd have to go in there with a goddamn
product's also-
bazooka.
the product's
and
also-
blow up
right,
the
yeah.
fucking doors.
The product's also so heavy where it's like, what, you're going to leave with a bin of eighths? It's like, cool, take it. I don't go.
Literally
fuck.
a fucking
Yeah.
bin, and it's like
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, now what?
Unless you can
Now you're
fucking go
fucked.
to the like.
You got cameras in
bazooka, go
every
through the
square
safe.
foot of this building.
That's why when they talk about like security there, I always get upset where it's like I've gone to many liquor stores that have never had a security guard there. And a liquor store has a counter and one register and
Yeah.
one door. Like,
And a safe in the back.
yeah, like they could just fucking get in and get like no security there. Us 7 fucking doors of keypads and fucking safe behind a
And
vault door. Like we need 2 different, a third party and in-house security. Okay, cool.
Crazy to me.
Nah, shit's
I
fucked.
mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's good. It's good.
It's fine.
I think you should fucking not hire those people and then lower the price of weed or fucking pay the other people more. But I mean, what do I know?
Or when pressed for like, all right, we are a target now. Sure. What are those guards doing to protect us? Because
Well-
this dude gets paid what I get paid and doesn't have a gun. And that dude gets paid like $2 more than I get paid and doesn't get it done. So I don't see either of these people getting paid enough to human shield anybody.
Because the other thing, if someone does come in there with the fucking bazooka or something, it's like, no offense, like the security RC, he's like an older gentleman. Like, I think I can definitely tackle that guy.
Most of these people are doormen. That's what their job is doormen. They don't have any fucking, like, crowd control. They don't have any, like, de-escalation. Like,
There's someone who works with us where I was like, if someone comes in here with like some shit and they're trying to rob us, what are you doing? They were like, I go out to the car, get the strap, air this bitch out.
Until everyone hit the fucking deck. Start spraying.
Air this bitch out. We'll be fine. I got a badge. I can get through doors. He's trapped.
Trapped.
I was like, that's funny.
Fish in a barrel.
Like, that's funny as fuck.
someone brought up Owen the other day. It was like,
Oh, we used to have this fuck that work. I like we're just talking about work on this thing.
Scrap it.
Take
Start it up
from the
again.
We're going to have to do another 25 minutes. This is bullshit.
we just had a dude who was like out of the military, but he was like a military police.
He was the guy who like sucked cock in the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those guys.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
The only people that aren't included in like the military camaraderie and companionship. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't think this guy counted in that.
Wasn't that Thomas?
No.
Oh, I thought he was an MP.
No, I think he was making fun of those guys.
Oh,
that's why
okay,
I'm basing. That's what I'm basing this on.
Okay.
Is him just being like, yeah, fucking pussy who stays on base doesn't fucking go do shit ever. I think that's kind of like the take.
All right. I
Because
respect
Thomas
that.
is carrying a machine gun.
Yeah, it was a sniper or something, right?
Yeah. Like I said,
Has he seen the pink mist?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've
He's created a few pink mists.
I'd like to ask him about that, but yeah.
We got to get him on the pod.
War stories.
War stories. Tell me.
Man.
He'd probably talk about it.
Oh, he'd love
Man,
to.
he said one cop story, and it's like scarred me for these fucking years. It was awful. I don't know if you guys remember it. I definitely don't want to say it again.
I don't remember it.
I remember what he said after.
Which one? I remember the cat, and the lady, and the mom with the fucking thumb with the kid.
I just remember him talking about like general crime and him being like, fucking animals. It's just be like, man, that
Love it. I
that
love
badge
it.
got a hold of that brain quick.
I love it.
It's fucking animals.
Like, Thomas, we grew up in Flushing. Like, you know this to be untrue. Yeah, fucking savages. Like, just a Long Island cop for a year. Just
Fucking animals.
the racism is engulfing him.
He's fucking piece of shit.
Makes me sick.
Beautiful.
No, but I think it was Rich at work. But dude was saying, he's like, yeah, I thought that guy was like head of security. And he got let go. And I was like, oh, so who's going to be the new head of security? And everyone was like, he wasn't head of shit. Like, he was just one of the 3 security. And like, he just presented like he was in. He's like, yeah, he would always walk around with a laptop in his hand. I was like, and he would be like, okay, so if I'm in a physical struggle with an assailant, this is what you can do to assist, but you don't want to do this because then that would get in my way. And be like, bro, no one would ever try to help you.
I wouldn't jump in. I'd sit there and I would watch.
Float my
And I would
phone.
go get,
I wouldn't
get
call
his ass.
911. I would just videotape.
World star.
Half this place is rooting against you.
They want someone to come in and rob during your shift.
Ideally, you tucker them out for me, and then I come in and kind of save the day. You
Take
look
I'm
like
a
a
hero.
bitch.
You're the bitch.
and then I get your job on top of mine.
Yes, which is the long game.
The long game. You've been going down any history shit?
Lately, I've been more
You been
on,
getting
like,
into anything?
some esoteric, like,
Looked up some Babylon shit the other day, but I totally forgot it by now.
Yeah. I do that.
I'm back on Nibiru being real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
Took
were.
one person being like, scientists say that they think this is right again. I'm like, run it. Works for me.
What lines up with me is if the Anunnaki are actually Atlanteans. That kind of lines up. I also found one thing where I was showing,
Sons of Anunnaki, like crisscross with humans.
maybe that, or yeah, and then maybe if you go back further, because maybe that's them telling the Sumerians their story.
I got a couple Bible translations, probably closest to history.
Really?
Yeah.
I was reading
Elohim.
Elohim. Yes, the shining ones.
The ones. It's not the
Gods. There's multiple.
it's not that's why he says in our image. Who's our if it's just him?
Okay.
It's
Okay.
mistranslating I guess Elohim is like putting an S on something. The Elohim part.
That's in Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading one, or I showed Christian this documentary.
Genesis 1-2.
369. I was reading. I showed Christian this one documentary. It was called Anunnaki, and they were talking about how after the flood, which would be the Younger Dryas, because then there's the biblical flood that I can't fucking date. I don't know where it is, but the Younger Dryas was 11,600 years ago, whatever the fuck it was. They were saying that this group of people started building like cities or civilizations, or started settling in Sumeria like 10,000 something years ago, which would line up with the age of Leo, which would line up with the building of the Sphinx, which fucked my head up a little bit.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Shit's wild, brother.
get
Shit's absolutely wild.
You know what's fucked up though? I was thinking about with those Bible translations is it almost means that like some of those people who think that like the world started when the Bible started or whatever, it's like, well, maybe they're not like wrong necessarily. It's just like that's the world restarting over. It's not the world
Yeah, the new
starting
world.
then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the world like picking back up or whatever. Because that was another mistranslation is how he says God will replenish the earth. And it's like replenish.
He's not going to plenish the earth.
He's gonna do it again. He'd already did it before. Or when they say they said the world was like the one translation says that the world was like without form, and he goes, that's not how it translates. It translates to the world was like, I forget. It was just two words for like fucked up. It was like smoky and broken, or it was but it wasn't without form, making it sound like ethereal and him putting the world. It's like no, like it was desolate. Like I think that was one of the words.
Like a Waterland?
No, like
Waterworld. Great
like
movie.
Great fucking movie.
Tremendous.
fucking storm or black cloud. Like if a volcano went off and now everything's just ash and shit. And he was saying like that's what the world looked like, and he replenished it after that. Not that the world was just without form. And he's like, and I'll make the first person, the first planet. Like, so they're kind of right that like the timeline does start. Our timeline starts there. They're just denying that shit existed before that. Where it's like, yeah, it's the start of this chapter.
I got you.
I smoked some hash when we were watching this documentary, and Christian fell asleep, and I woke her up to, hey, I have an idea. What if all the gods are real? Like the Norse gods, the Anunnaki, we got the Roman gods, the Greek gods, we got Jesus, Allah, all the Buddha, all these people, Vishnu, and what if they're all real and they're just intergalactic tribes that just fight over control of the earth, and earth has just been handed down over these years?
It definitely seems that there's at least two types of species or whatever. I don't know how they line up, but there's at least like the Anunnaki, Nibiru people. But then like that Jordan Maxwell guy is talking about how like they say like the Babylonian gods are bad. And like that's why the gods had to come through and like wreck them and shit. So it's like
Throwing shade.
that's what I'm saying. But I don't know who to believe.
said
It's
that?
like
Who
because
said
it's
that?
whoever's telling the story is going to say that the other ones are bad.
Well, whoever
said
wins
that?
the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever gets to tell it.
Who was saying they were bad?
Maxwell, your boy.
Interesting.
So,
But that's all because that's all pagan. That's all the pagan. I guess all of them. Or pagan is just
Not the most
polytheistic.
prevalent. Yeah.
Okay. Because then we switch to a monotheistic religion.
but then as far as what you're saying with all the different cultures and stuff, do you think it's different tribes, or do you think that all our different tribes just have different names
For the same thing.
or the same couple things?
That
Because I
makes
agree
sense.
there might be
Yeah.
a few, but I don't know if like because I think if you're saying like Romans and Egypt, because Egypt Greece is copying Egypt and Rome is copying Greece. So I feel like all those have to be like talking about the same people.
Fucked up.
I think it'd be wild.
Intergalactic battles between control over this territory, Earth.
Can you just imagine if they just broke it up and there's like, all right, you guys get North America. We're taking Europe, like fucking Hindus, like you're going over here and just broke it up. Like every god gets his own little spot.
Well, what I was thinking you like really won out and you got North America and you're like, look at this this big, beautiful hunk of land. These people, they understand spirituality. Like,
they're great.
I got my number one pick right here. And then goddamn drunk Columbus shows up just like, hey. Look at these savages.
These
like, no. Get the fuck out of here.
This is our land.
He's talking to the other guy that owns Europe.
We're the settlers. We're the
It's like,
settlers.
get your people to fuck it. No. They can go wherever they want. I didn't send them there. I didn't send them shit.
I didn't do anything. You gave them free will.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Have you guys seen that one dude who makes little like YouTube shorts? He's been popping up for me lately, but he plays all the different ethnicities of the earth talking to God, and they're like, we got a new guy. It's a white guy. And God's like, okay. And they're saying like, oh, does he get anything like extra than like what everyone else has? Like intelligence, strength, where's he ranked? And they're just like, he's kind of pretty down the middle everywhere. He's like, well, I gotta like give him something. Like, how about penis length?
I need to sell this.
So then all the other races are like, no, mine's actually that big already. Mine's actually. He's like, oh, okay. Well, if I can't do that, so he just gives him white privilege. Like it was by virtue of all the other races saying, like, well, no, my dick's pretty big already too, so can't give him that.
I'm not doing it.
I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, I was looking into. Remember when we were talking about the ages, like the precession of the equinox, and how we're in Pisces right now, because that's Jesus with the fish.
Near the age of Aquarius.
Before Pisces was Judaism, which was Moses, because Moses is signified by the ram, and that was the age of the ram.
Aries.
Before that, we got Taurus, which is the age of the bull. So I looked up what was going on during, 2500, 2150 BC, which would be that shift from Taurus to the ram. And in that time period, Judaism starts, the Epic of Gilgamesh is written, and the big
heavy bull iconography,
and the city of Akkad falls, which was like one of the first big. I think that was where the first king was of like the Sumerian kings or some shit, and then those were the ones that were really worshiping like the Anunnaki. So like that era dies after the bull, and then we go into Judaism for the ram, and all that shit lined up, and then 1 AD,
like that Moses story.
1 AD to now, we go into Pisces, and then we shed that old age, and then Jesus happens. What's coming next?
You wonder, because if the Romans had that shit mapped out to where they could control people for this long, I wonder what their next step in the game plan is. Because like they had to have known.
That's the Vatican.
I'm saying,
know.
But like they realized that they can control people through religion without having the army. That was like their point.
Yeah.
So I'm saying now, as the age ends and people are further and further removed, like I think religion's the
Kinda
lowest
dying.
it's ever been. I know still like in other parts of the world, Islam I don't think has taken the hit Christianity probably has over the past few decades. I'm not sure about Judaism because they're probably stayed consistent. I don't know.
Their numbers took a hit a few years back. But
Listen, who's to say really how many? I mean, those figures always seem high.
6 million is a big number.
seem to be doing well still.
Have you seen the pictures of the chimneys? You did this.
You brought this here. You wanted this.
Speaking of Jews, though, that Moses fella, when he
That
has
guy?
the
That Moses fella. Mises. Mises,
Thank
Minus.
you.
Mises, Minus,
Minus.
Moses.
yeah, your version's a Minus.
You know, with that slick back black hair.
Slick back.
He's got that slick back hair.
Olive fuck.
Yeah. That olive skin tone.
No,
Like,
that
hey.
was the thing when he got the tablets. and he thought the other guys were worshiping a false god and that bull statue. That's how like we interpret it. It's
He
like,
came
it's a
down
false
Mount
god.
Sinai.
It's like, nah, it wasn't that they were worshiping a false god. They were looking to the past, to the bull. You need to be looking to the future, to Judah.
Past age.
Because they still recognized it being a sun religion at
Yes.
the time. So they knew that that is what it signified.
Apparently, that's what the New Testament is. It brings it back to a sun religion.
The New Testament does?
That's what they were. I was reading one thing about, or I was watching one thing about Rome.
Isn't the New Testament all the propaganda shit?
Yeah. But
So
apparently, like, because Jesus is the son of, like, all that shit with the sun goes back to that shit. I mean, it's a recopy of all the other shit, but Judaism wasn't that. Cause
You're saying-
those are like those Abrahamic religions.
New Testament has like the things that line up with it being a sun god. They're not saying that that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I
They're
think
still saying it's
Joseph in
Jesus
the,
and
I think
stuff.
Joseph in the Old Testament is literally just Jesus, though. He has the same story, but they switch some shit around.
But nowhere in the Bible are they saying like worship the sun. You're just saying that's
it's all
where it
implied.
lines
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's the thing that we were reading about with like the
the
three wise men. Yeah.
mistranslations and shit. Or the on purpose differently translated.
Yeah.
Working those angles.
Fucking Romans.
Have you ever seen History of the World? That Mel Brooks movie came out in like the
The
70s.
original?
Yeah.
A very long time ago. I heard the
Moses
second
comes
one was
down
not
Mount
good.
Sinai.
I mean,
Moses comes
saw
down.
that promo picture and
Yeah.
I feel like I know how this goes.
Moses comes down Mount Sinai. It's Mel Brooks. I present to you these 15 10 commandments. I love Mel Brooks. That shit's
He
great.
is fucking just never gonna die. He's just gonna be a golden man forever. He is
Yo.
fucking beautiful.
Then some dumb bitch at our
We
work
did this
say-
with Gilbert Godfrey, and then he died next week. So it's gonna be crazy if we called us.
Thank you. Didn't some bitch at our work say that though? Where she's like, "Oh, I love Mel Brooks. He's in that movie," and it's like, name one other thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mel Brooks is in, please. Like, I'm not the biggest Mel Brooks. Like, I know my handful of things, but I'm just saying, like, I love the idea of like, oh yeah, I love Mel Brooks. Like, big Spaceballs fan.
Yeah.
Spaceballs is like all of his hits are just fucking beautiful. A Young Frankenstein is probably
That's my
one of my
favorite.
favorite movies.
That's my favorite.
Like that, again, huge Star
Blazing
Wars
Saddles.
Yes, I love my cowboy shit,
Yeah.
man. So I think I put Blazing Saddles a little bit above Spaceballs.
Yeah.
But fucking fantastic movies, man.
Him on Curb is great.
With that play,
Just him talking. Just a camera on him is all I need. Just
He is very Larry David in that way.
he's perfect.
He's like if Larry David is
He's
performative.
perfect. No,
yeah.
no, he's perfect. Look at him. Larry, come on.
The other guys, they're having some concerns about.
I think you're gonna be great.
Yeah, the two of them like kibitzing about things,
I can only imagine them in the morning smearing their bagels
Oh.
together.
Yiddishing it up.
It was an exciting time.
This guy was born in the '60s.
It's an exciting time.
I think is Yiddish on Babbel or Duolingo or any of those things? I would love to have slang Yiddish at my disposal.
I don't know.
It's not on the commercials, to tell you that.
Can you just imagine just
It's-
being in the deli line and then just spouting some of that and be like, I know, right?
Like I said, the way people
This Malukana.
the way people learn like swear words in Spanish, I think,
Right.
is like my version of that. Like I just want to talk with like a Middle Eastern accent
gotta
or
start somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we own the deli, you're gonna be full Pakistani.
Oh,
My friend.
I'm dying to say black.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah, I love calling people my friend.
Oh,
I do
I
too.
love it. It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's just in my vocabulary.
If I
now.
watch one video of Habib, I just start talking Dagestani.
I said-
brother.
I said that yesterday to some bigger black dude. He was in line. I go, my friend, right here, and he comes over and he goes, "That was quite the assumption you made." I go, for what? And he goes, "You said my friend. I could be your enemy." And I go,
Next.
You want the weed or not, man? Like,
go-
what is happening?
you look like a nice guy. And he goes, yeah, I'm a nice guy. I go, all right.
Not
man."
funny, apparently, but
Not a great sense of humor.
not great with the social cues,
That was
but
fucking
nice.
crazy.
Sure. See, and those guys, You almost appreciate a dickhead that is in line complaining when you get a guy that wants to talk. I guess maybe they are like the same person. The other dude's just insecure about wanting to talk, so he's got to complain instead.
When you're waiting tables, you get people that want to have a little conversation with you.
It's awful. And it's
I
usually
bet.
only when I'm fucking swamped
Sure.
busy. Any other time, people are like, here's my order, piss off.
Yeah.
But once I have 10 tables at the same time, they're like,
What do you like?
let me tell you a story about my day. It's crazy.
Let me
It's
tell
like,
you what
I
I'm-
just want my fucking tip, please.
Someone at the register the other day was like, do you guys give about to get married
Oh, yeah.
discounts?
Yeah, I was up there for that.
Yeah.
That was my person. She goes, I'm getting married tomorrow. Do you have any discounts for that? And I go, I'll ask somebody.
When you know damn well the answer.
No, and
I
I go,
love that.
and I go, hey man, she's getting married tomorrow. We got a discount for that? And he goes,
Yeah. And Adam can't just say no.
hey, we don't have something for that, but congratulations.
I would have said no and then stood there.
I had these fucking teachers. They like I put the bill down. I'm just waiting, fucking waiting. to keep passing by their table.
Your job.
Just doing my
Waiting.
job.
You're a
filling
waiter.
up their waters, doing
Business.
bullshit. And then instead of putting money down by the receipt, they put their work badge down by the receipt. I was like, okay. So I like walk out over there. I'm like, how we doing? Like, we still doing all right over here? Like, oh, we got a discount. I have my work badge there. And I like pick it up and it's like Miss fucking Smith, like elementary school teacher. I'm like, why would I give you a discount? She's like, could you use discounts for teachers, right? I'm like, no.
I don't think anyone does.
No. Like, you guys tip like shit. You
I'm
you're
a drug
awful.
dealer. Do I get tips for that? Or
Yeah.
a discount for that?
And fucking, can you ask your manager? I'm like, yeah, sure thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll go check with my manager to see if we do a thing that we've not ever done in my
In the
fucking-
years that I've
yeah.
been here.
I'll see if we implemented that special for you. I didn't
That's
realize.
crazy.
Hey, you remember that group of people that we fucking hate when they come in here? Do you want to give them a discount?
It's also like, you're not a veteran, lady. Like,
The only people
Yeah.
we give discounts for is veterans.
Yeah.
Veteran is an active duty military. Cops come and be like, can I get a discount? I'm like, no. Unless you have a fucking veteran card, like, no.
like I'm all for like, yeah, teachers get paid like less than they should, yada yada. But like, let's not pretend every teacher or every nurse got into it to like change lives or save lives. Like some of you did it because you can't really do anything else, and that's not the worst gig.
And you like having your summers off.
I was gonna say it's not the worst. You get fucking a season of no work, and
The
then
best season to have off. I mean,
That's
not
fucked
to
up.
mention your winter break, your spring break.
pretty safe job security. You know, I can't really get fired.
I
after
mean, the
you
only
get
thing you got to
tenured,
worry
yeah.
about is the fucking school shooters.
You get
but other than
tenured
that-
and then you could start teaching Anunnaki shit.
Yeah, if you're a school shooter,
How about that
teacher,
school
then
shooter?
you are a veteran now.
then you are a veteran now.
See,
They actually try to pull that shit on me. They're like, "Well, it's pretty much like a battlefield." And I was like, "Ha ha 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 ha!" My uncle died in the war.
I'll show you.
and my nephew died at a school. Hit him with that, like, still fucking funny. It's a real battlefield. Like, have
start-
bullets flown yet? So no.
I'm gonna start pressing. I'm gonna start pressing hash into coins like Ricky.
As your
Ting.
self economy.
Yes, my self economy, my self monetary system.
So you're gonna pay people?
Everyone I pay smokes weed. Cut out the middleman. Pay him in weed.
Cut out them. I pay him in weed.
Hash coins.
Hash coins. Good shit. Good shit.
It's funny to have you watching that show now and say things like that, because when I first watched that show, I was full blown like, how do I make hash coins? Like, I wanted to be part of that show so badly.
Oh, dude, if we gotta buy land.
A trailer park?
We gotta buy land,
I want a compound.
or we need to buy a trailer park, kick everybody out, and we live there.
We're not gonna have like the gang and just like.
I mean, you can
Hang out with all the
we,
people in the
I mean, we
trailer
get our friends to move in and shit. People we
We'll
vet.
interview
like,
all the people at the
there's,
trailer
there's
park.
probably going to be a couple
White.
people.
And ooh, I mean,
Everybody's welcome.
At least while we're trying to get the property value. It's all for the good of the community. We're going to sell it at the peak of its value, and then we're going to sell it for Low prices.
So you want to gentrify a trailer park is what I'm hearing.
man.
We're getting this for pennies on the dollar. I saw
No,
something.
we
It's funny.
couldn't gentrify shit.
No, it's
we're
fun-
not that type of white people.
No, it's funny. No, because I think we hate white people more than we hate most other races.
I definitely hate white people the most. I
was talking to Charles about that yesterday.
I would
was like,
assume
I-
whoever you spend the most time around. Is
I
who
hate
you
more
kinda hate the
honkies than I
most.
do black people.
You know what I mean?
Huh?
It's like that's who you have the most examples of being bad. I guess
Motherfucker.
the flip side is like if you only know 2 black people and both of them suck, it's like, oh, I guess black people suck. Versus if you know 100 white people and 2 of them suck, you're like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I'll also take like a ghetto ass black dude over a white trash fucking
Oh, any day of the week.
like.
I think it's hilarious how people don't realize how close inner city hood and like fucking
White
Country
trash,
hood.
fucking,
country trash
Yeah.
are like so like country slang is like I think where hood people get their shit from. I swear
no,
I think
that
they
is-
come
that
back from
is.
like Summers places and they're like, yo, check
I
this
heard
shit
some
out. Yeah.
wild shit.
I love that shit. Fucking that fixing 2 turned into finna. Mm-hmm. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I'm finna.
I'm finna do this.
I wonder if that just rhymed good in a rap song. They were like, we say this now.
Stick to it. Go on with it.
Own
Run
it.
Run it.
You gotta be confident.
Yeah. Fixin' sounds good in country.
Fixing go do this later.
I can't stand country.
Really?
I don't like
Like
it.
music.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's. I mean, like actual country music. I have an appreciation for
You
like
go-
old,
yeah,
actual
that's
country
fine.
music.
That's fine.
Not
Have
this
you-
pop shit.
It's not my
with
go-to,
the
but I
fucking
get it.
electric
Yeah.
guitar.
And it doesn't stop there, bud. Have you seen the country rap coming out?
Oh, people keep
Oh
trying.
yeah, no, I have
Oh,
seen. That's,
it's fucking crazy.
It's not. It's,
I saw
it's not
some white
country
chick.
music. It's pop.
I saw some white chick on
Oh,
on top of a truck rapping
Yeah.
like country songs.
That was the one going around.
It was terrible.
I think everyone's trying to do what that Lil Nas X dude did.
But I mean, he did it first, so you can't.
You know
do
what did
it first?
Also,
you know what he did? That
He
was
did
great?
it from he's black, so he gets to own like it's hip hop still.
did he do it with like Billy Ray Cyrus?
And he got
too?
a real country person. He
Yeah.
wasn't a fucking bitch from Tennessee that was like, I got pickup truck.
He-
I go to club, listen to rap still though, and it's both now.
Yeah,
Like,
not that I'm for country rap, but like he kind of did it right.
Lil Nas
yeah,
X.
and again, the first thing helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know why that's his name though.
Lil Nas X did that great thing where he like released all those like radio hits, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Lil Nas X, he's so good, he's amazing, he's an influencer, he's this."
And he was gay, so he had
Well,
like the
no, and then
liberal side.
and then he starts sending that out, and then he makes those like 666 shoes with like
Satanic
the
thing.
blood in it.
Oh, yeah.
and then he starts doing crazy shit. And
Didn't
people
he
are
get
like,
tits?
"Oh yeah,
I thought he got a pregnant belly or something.
Maybe that's what it was.
yeah." He starts doing crazy shit like that. Now everybody's, "Oh well, he's not what I thought he was." It's like, no. You liked him.
Bro, that's
You liked what he stood for.
Rick and Morty, dude. When I can't wait for people to be like, I can't even watch that show anymore. Like,
Oh, because he allegedly got into a fight at the house or something.
no, the one dude was like, fuck,
Dyslexic abuse, domestic abuse shit.
Oh.
Was that confirmed though? I thought the charges
I don't
got
know.
dropped.
There was also some
I just
alleged
saw
some pedophile shit
Yeah,
too.
he was
Oh.
just going after like young. He was calling girls jailbait that he was messaging. So it wasn't like he could even play like, "Whoa, I didn't know she said she was 21."
He
Like,
was doing it in a Rick voice.
so all these people are gonna be like, "I can't even watch that show anymore." And it's like, I mean,
It's
you
fun.
didn't shut the fuck up about it 5 minutes ago. Like, did you? In your entire tenure of watching that show, were you ever like, man, I love Justin Roiland so much. Like, I really agree with
A lot
his
of people don't
takes
even know
on-
who the fuck he is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you never connected to that person. You watched a show that he made.
You could literally see him fucking down the same supermarket aisle as you and just not even look at him twice.
You don't know his politics. You don't know his... And it's for the best, because if you, like... It's the second you do start to know that shit, everyone just can't accept that people are different. They just, like, go, like, oh, well, I guess... He is bad, and I can't watch that show anymore. Like,
I don't know. I feel like it's just 99% of shit. If you fucking go look into like creator shit, it's like I don't agree with that. What,
Is
are you
the
gonna
show-
stop watching the show just
Right.
because one person that had something to do with it has a different view? Then
yeah,
you're
I
fucking
could.
dumb.
I could give a fuck.
I
Hey, is the show good? I'll watch it. Cool.
sports is what proved. Like Shane Gill says that
He
bit
stepped
about
away from everything. He gives a
slavery ended when they found out black people were better at football. Like
fuck. It was funny. That was a good one.
performance, like outweighs shit like that. Like you can just
And that's why Colin Kaepernick is correct. America.
No, that dude's a dummy.
He's dumb as fuck.
He's not playing football anymore, right?
I don't think so.
I
don't
feel
care.
so bad for him. Like,
I don't feel bad for shit.
Did you watch that show he put out on Netflix?
No.
Oh, he put out this show, and
Like
it
a
shows like
documentary or a show?
it was a show, I think, show slash like documentary or whatever. But he's up there and like
Sitcom.
it shows
Good job.
like it shows a slave trade where like there's a white dude like there's like white guys bidding on slaves, and then it does a match cut of those guys in like their like slave outfits, and it does a match cut to them in football gear, and people
At the
bidding on
combine.
them, and people bidding on them.
You know the NFL Combine?
Yeah.
They're trying to make that out to be like,
Yeah.
see, they want to see how strong they are before they like.
I didn't
Yep.
know that.
But
I
it's
don't
like-
necessarily feel bad for him anymore. It's kind of
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
No, he's a fucking idiot.
But it's like, oh
Same
wait,
thing as a dude from Key and Peele, where he's got a white mom and a black dad, and now wants to act like he knows the whole, or he's got white adopted parents, and he's like, yeah, you know, there were times where, you know, I wanted to put my hair in cornrows, and you know, my mom said that I couldn't do that because she didn't want me to look like a thug or anything, and it's like, I mean, did you grow up in a place where cornrows were something people had, or were you going to be the only kid?
with cornrows.
Because then, whether like you could
Don't
argue,
get me wrong. Like you're gonna stand out from that mom's perspective. She's not doing it maliciously.
yeah, I was gonna say like you can argue the semantics of like how she said it, but I think what she was getting at was like in other people's eyes, you're going to look as a thug. I don't think she's saying like I'm going to disown you. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels such.
hate
That's the tall one.
Colin Kaepernick.
No, from Key and Peele.
No, the short one who does all like the
movies.
yeah, like the Get Out stuff, all that shit, where he's like got his cool takes about white people now, and it's like, bro, you're raised by a white lady. Like, stop. Not
he's got
pretend.
good movies.
I haven't seen. I don't like scary movies. I'll be honest.
They're not scary.
They look pretty fucking scary.
I thought
from
they
the
were
trailers,
too. I
bro.
didn't want to watch them because I hate scary movies. They're not bad. They're actually not scary. At least Get Out. At least watch Get Out. Get Out's good.
Take your word on it. All right. See if it comes on HBO or something. I'm not going out of my way for it.
I'm happy he's still funny. Like his role in Wet Hot when he's like the newspaper guy.
He also plays Duke Ellington in Big Mouth.
Yeah, like I'm glad he's still funny.
He's a funny guy. I like him. I like both of them.
I've seen him in interviews though, like post making movies and stuff, and he just seems like such a different dude. I don't know if he was just acting when I watched him be funny, like maybe this is who he really is.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Kamaru Usman and Izzy. I'm like, damn, I liked you guys, and now
Usman.
that you're like big, I feel like you're acting different. But I don't know if the success just gave you the confidence to act like yourself, and maybe I just don't like your real self, and I
Right.
liked your bullshit self. I don't know.
Which is sad.
It would be, but
It's fucked up.
I'm inclined to believe that it's more the success getting to their head and fucking with them, and that was the real them on the way up.
I would hope so. I mean, especially on the way up, I feel like it's not something you necessarily think about. But then once you get there, it's like, I am fucking big dick.
Or maybe even if they're not like changing their personality on purpose, maybe they just hit that point where it's like, all these people are talking shit about me. I can't let them change who I am. So now you're like trying to be yourself instead of just being yourself.
Right.
So now everything's like kind of warped and like trying to like sound like how I would sound instead of just talking.
I don't even know how to talk.
That's what they talk
I
like
learned
as
how-
soon as they get that belt.
I learned how to talk from watching Friday.
People at work were trying to do Mexican Australian accents. I was like, yo, this is our bit.
What about Chinese?
Yeah, first off,
Mexican Australian. No, it's not Mexican. It's Chinese Australian. That's the bit.
what's the Spanish word? There's a word like a...
Odele.
Yeah, Odele.
Odele.
And then in Australia, there's a
Odere.
place called Adelaide.
Oh.
Odele, Adelaide. Odele, Adelaide.
What about a Chinese Mexican? Odere.
Man.
Odere.
They'd have no eyes.
Yeah. Oh, do Mexicans have squinty eyes?
When they're sleeping. No.
You're not going to get comedy like that anywhere else on the Stone Day podcast, people. We're in a studio. We're feeling good. We got an hour. And that's it.
They're sleeping.
That was the Family Guy stereotype for
Siesta.
Mexican people. When they have the museum, they have a wax museum of stereotypes, and it's like, oh, look, the sleepy Mexican. And it's just a real Mexican janitor who fell asleep, and he goes, oh, shit.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Excuse me,
Oh God.
senor.
I can make the joke, though, because it's clearly untrue. They're the hardest working people
That is true.
in this country.
That is true.
This country's built on.
Hence why they're stealing all the jobs.
I mean, as
Brings
they
it
should.
right back to the Chinese, built the railroads. The original Mexicans.
Comedy and history.
You're welcome.
You get both on the Stone Day pod. We'll be back next week. We're going to be in the studio again? Should we just doing this now?
I'm not bringing this shit
I thought you were
back.
bringing it
No,
home. I don't
fuck
know.
no.
It's crazy. We're doing it here now, folks. You're going to see the development of this place. It's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful.
Anyways, you fuckers take care. Peace.
Yes.